yeah, I figured it was important to show the process and show, you know, hey, we're actually building guns, we're building AKs. AKG Industries isn't just an Instagram page where I post cool AK stuff. We're building stuff. We actually took the weekend aside, and we're just totally devoted this weekend to catching up on customer guns and basically just making sure everything's done right and gotten to people in a reasonable time. Don't get me wrong, I love what I do, but there is a work element. So I'm trying to show you some of that stuff today. And if you learn a little bit about AKs and you learn how AKs are built, that's awesome. So let me introduce you to the guys at the shop. So I know we never really gave him a proper introduction, but this is Big Mike, employee 001 at AKG Industries. And he's currently fucking up a trunnion.
I'm always fucking up something.
This is Steven. He is not currently employed, still just a friend, but one of these days we're going to snipe him from Defender and he'll be employee 003 or something like that.
Friends don't let friends buy IO.
No, God, no, they don't. Friends don't let friends look at IO. You actually take this here, throw this in here, and this actually goes, once you get the rivet in there, you push this up. What this is you put the cup to keep the rivet head formed right. You take it in, and you put this inside onto the back of the rivet, and then you go down with a hydraulic press, and it squishes the rivet back. Now the reason why IO and a couple of these other companies that are doing it kind of cheaply, the reason why their rivets are so shitty is because they just cram the barrel in there, more or less headspace it, and they
hope the barrel acts as a backer.
Bingo. So they're, instead of using this tool and doing the rivets first like it's supposed to be done, they just cram the barrel in there and then rivet the trunnion. They have barreled trunnions that they just stick in here and then they smash rivets against the barrel, which is not good for your barrel, it's not good for the rivets, it's just...
I don't know AKs that well, and I know that's not right.
It's pretty awful. So Steven is actually trying to learn, I'm converting him to the dark side of the force, he's trying to learn more about the AK building stuff. He's asking the right question, so I'm really trying to have the camera on for this. So you just asked if we do both the rivets on this side at the same time, right? Just
actually
stick it through here.
One on the top and one on the bottom is what I was curious about, with the way the press is going to come down.
So what it does is it crushes one rivet at the time, and what we do is kind of like when you're tightening the lug nuts on a car.
Crisscross.
Star pattern, yep. So we'll do one in the front, and then the one on the opposite side in the front, and then on the opposite side in the back, opposite side in the back, and then back and back. And then you'll do your trigger guard, and then your rear trunnion. And then you're done with rivets. Then you can press in the barrel, head space it, populate your barrel, do whatever you need to do, and then it's assembly. Yeah, some of the guns we're building on today are kind of old. Like this one here is marked 1964. Yeah, these are old Romanian parts kits.
If they work, what the hell?
Yeah, they build well. What's really cool, check this out. They came with just the typical surplus Romanian stuff, and they've got shit engraved in them where people carve names and whatnot. So it's kind of almost like a historic piece.
Yeah.
Kind of the cool part about AKs is that they come with a little bit of flavor. One of them had Ivan carved in it, though. That was a little weird. Well, normally it's like, you know, female names, Natasha, you know, and then Ivan. It's like,
maybe it was one of those female snipers.
yeah, right? So what I'm going to do now is we have the rivet holes that are slightly too small. We're going to expand it a little bit, and just enough so we can get a rivet in it, and then we'll start crushing rivets. It's getting close, getting close. There we are, flawless. Before being crushed, fits just in. Where it's a little tight, it still fits down. So this is what it looks like before it's crushed, so you can clearly see where it's in the way of the barrel. And that's what we were talking about when we were saying IO and a couple of these companies that use the barrel as the bucking bar, and you know, bad home builders and such like that. They will push the rivet in from the top, and the barrel, where it clearly would be there, would just crush the rivet on its way down. Definitely not the right way to do it. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a tool in there, we're going to meet it here, and as the outside is cupped, we're going to crush this flat to where it no longer protrudes. And if you see on the other side here, there's a little recess for it, for the rivet to actually crush flat where it won't get in the way of the barrel. Alright. Safety's on, cool. So I really was not joking when I said we're dedicating the weekend to staying out here and finishing our the AK builds that we've got dedicated for the weekend. We are staying out here at the shop. We are literally sleeping here in the RV that's in the other barn. We're gonna get a couple hours of sleep, probably wake up tomorrow at maybe 8, 9 o'clock in the morning, finish up what we need to do on these guns, and we're gonna finish these guns one way or the other. So let's build some guns. So we're up bright and early, like maybe 9:30. This morning we are gonna do some riveting, try to get as much done as we can today. I'm gonna work on a couple of the other custom stuff while Mike is doing some of the rivets, but we're gonna get as far as we can, and then we're gonna send the receivers off to be engraved. I hope this video is gonna be riveting. I'll stop. Beautiful. Beautiful. Needs a little bit more love, but we'll find it a good home. Just going behind Mike, making sure all the rivets sit flat and they're not canted to one side. If they're canted to one side before you do the rivet press, it's not going to get much better. So you want to make sure they sit nice and flat before you go to press anything. It makes the rivets look better. They're stronger and they just look better. And a nice flat pressed rivet is just... So what we're doing here is called dimpling, and what that is some of the rivets on the AK are countersunk, which means this is your standard rivet. See, the bottom of the head there is completely flat, so it sits flush against the receiver. A countersunk rivet, for extra strength, because you have more metal contact, has a little swell neck there. So what that does is you actually dimple the metal, you dimple the receiver into a recess in the trunnion itself, so there's way more rivet contact. Probably, if I had to guess, maybe 50% more rivet contact in there. So basically you're bending the metal. That's not finished, by the way, but you're bending the metal inward to make more contact with the trunnion, and then you rivet on top of it, so it's extra strength. God, yeah, first rivet of the day. Beautiful. Perfect all the way around. That is how you do rivets, ladies and gentlemen. So I was just breaking this down. I was kind of lucky. I picked up one of the Dead Goose Society rivet plates. It beats the hell. I love AK Builder to death, but the balancing act of going on this thing, it's not that hard when you get used to it, but it is so much easier just to have a rivet plate. This is the shit. This is the best $30 I've ever spent on build tools. There's so much more surface area on this build plate. It's great. Trunnion's flush and everything. It's gonna be a good little build. So a cool little aside, I got these Romanian kits in from Arms of America, and they came with surplus Romanian furniture that I'm not gonna use it. We're putting the really nice pretty stuff, the refinished Russian sets that we're getting from AWS. One of the things that the cool things I did get is this right here, which is a nice wooden grip. This is one of the nicer pistol grips. Even though it's definitely got some age on it, it beats the plastic stuff that came in the rest of it. So when we get it finished up and we do some staining or whatever to it, it's going to look like this. This is the Ironwood Designs pistol grip, and these are American-made stuff, but it's laminate, so it's not quite the same feel. They look amazing, but nothing beats the actual surplus stuff as far as quality. So we're going to shine that up. So thanks, Arms of America. Not sure if you meant to do that on purpose or not, but we appreciate it. You're actually seeing this video a little ways after we filmed it. Just we're kind of backed up on our content schedule, so that's why. This is probably coming out 3 weeks late, maybe. But yeah, I figured it was important to show the process and show, you know, hey, we're actually building guns, we're building AKs. AKG Industries isn't just an Instagram page where I post cool AK stuff. We're building stuff. Yeah, you got just the tiniest bit of gap.
That's why I was going to take that burr off real quick. See that sometimes I notice that'll cause it.
Yeah, you get this, just the slightest gap there. First long rivet of the day. Haven't actually riveted it yet, but we just punched through. Got it dead on where we need to be. So what we're going to do is going to countersink that. Another countersunk rivet. And we're going to press it in our long rivet jig, and then we're just going to crank them out one after the other. Long rivets, you can really get into a rhythm. Once you start feeling good about it, you can crank them out. So we're going to crank out 4 guns in maybe 30 minutes, 20-30 minutes. So I'm sorry you can't see the whole process. Delance has places to be because he's cool like that. But what we're going to do with this is once we finish those long rivets, actually probably before we do the rear trunnion rivets, really I was just doing that to make productive use of time, is just find the long rivet, find where the holes need to be for the rear trunnion. What we're going to do is we're going to do the trigger guard rivets, where we just rivet on the trigger guard and the selector stop. It's raining. That's great. We're going to rivet the rear trunnions on, and then we're going to stop temporarily, send out the receivers with the trunnions in them and everything out to be engraved, because these are some of the classic guns. These are some of the 1 of 47 run that we did. So they're going to have the AK Guy logo. It's the only AKs we're going to do with an AK Guy logo on it, so it's kind of cool. Engrave it on that, and one of those actually belongs to Adam from NFA Review, so he wants to get the NFA Review logo on the other side, so that's going to be kind of cool. I'll be sure to do something really weird to Adam's gun before we send it out to him, so if he's watching this, just be on your toes. But yeah, I just really thought it would be cool to, for once, when we're building guns, bring the camera in and actually show that side of things. So if you want to see more build stuff and you want to see more of the how AKs are made sort of thing, let me know. Shameless plug for AKG Industries. If you need some AKs made, we're going to do some base models later on this year. I've got some really exciting stuff for more standard AKs that are fairly affordable. Very excited about what's coming with that. But if you guys have a parts kit or something that you want to send to us to build, we will do that for you, no problem. And I'm giving away some AKG decals. So if you leave a comment, if you made it all the way to the end of this video and you actually enjoyed it, leave a comment. What should we make a comment? Yeah, okay, that's a good one. So he's picking on me for my Dr. Pepper shirt. So make a comment about my Dr. Pepper shirt in the comments. We're giving away 3 AKG Industries decals. So that should get pretty funny. Watch nobody do it. Yeah, but anyways, thank you guys so much for watching this video. I know it was kind of a long one, but if you really did enjoy it, let us know. We can do more content like this in the future. So have a good day, guys.